Good morning. It's Wednesday, July 15th. Here's what we're working on this morning. A man has been arrested after several people were stabbed in downtown Hamilton.
I'm Emily Huang reporting live in Hamilton at the Tim Hortons at 969 Upper Ottawa. It's Tim Hortons Camp Day, and we'll have the details coming up.
28 pitch up the middle, and the American League catches in.
And the American League records its first shutout in 13 years at the MLB All-Star Game.
Happy Hump Day. What a scorcher it was yesterday.
Yeah.
But as Brian is going to tell us, not a record breaker, which is what we were expecting
It's so
yesterday.
disappointing. Come on.
No, if it's going to be crazy hot, let's break some records.
You know, if you're going to go that far, you might as well, do the full Monty, as they say. But we didn't quite get there. No, we got to 32.9 yesterday, but we had a humidex of 46 is what it felt like. The old record's 34.5, so we were close, but not quite. And today, well, we'll be close, but not quite again. Today, we're forecasting a high of 32 with a humidex of 41, so the heat warning stays in effect. I mean, we're already warm, 25 with a humidex of 32 at the moment, so it's a warm, sticky start. We are going to see some sun, chance of a shower or a thunderstorm, but the air quality is going to start to suffer as smoke from the wildfires in northwestern Ontario start to push into southern Ontario, and we'll talk about that coming up. Quick check on the roads, 403 Waterdown Road, nothing there. Give you a couple of MTO traffic cameras. Braes Road, Stony Creek looks good, all the way through the Ford plants, nothing going on. So we'll give you all the details, weather and traffic coming up as usual in a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Thanks, Brian. Hamilton police have arrested a man after several people were stabbed at the downtown bus terminal. 4 people are in hospital with non-life-threatening injuries following yesterday afternoon's rampage. Police say the stabbing spree began just after 2 o'clock at the McNabb Street bus terminal. Oscar Ayala, of no fixed address, has been charged with 4 counts of assault with a weapon. Investigators are asking anyone with information to contact police. At least 20,000 hogs are dead following a fire at a hog farm near Simcoe. About 40 firefighters were called to battle the blaze just off Highway 3 in Norfolk County yesterday morning. The call came in at around 6:30, with witnesses saying the fire started in one side of a large barn.
There was just dark flames, smoke, lots of smoke, and it was going this way. And it just got bigger and larger, and flames were flying, and there was a couple of little poof, like mini explosions.
It's a fair distance from the roadways. We don't have accessible water, so we're trucking water in with our tankers, setting up a tanker shuttle with multiple different apparatus involved.
No one was injured in the fire. Grand Erie Public Health issued a statement about air quality concerns in areas of Simcoe as a result of the smoke from the fire. Fire officials are expected to be on the scene today, working to determine the cause. Niagara police have laid additional charges in connection to a fatal overdose in St. Catharines back in January. 37-year-old Anthony Clark was arrested during a traffic stop yesterday. He faces a charge of manslaughter and numerous drug offenses. A 37-year-old man died as a result of a drug overdose at a home in the Lloyd Street and Reichert Street area of the city. Halton police looking for the driver of a pickup truck involved in a hit-and-run that seriously injured a motorcyclist in Milton. Police say a gray Toyota Tacoma hit the motorcycle while turning left at Regional Road 25 and Etheridge Avenue on June 24th at around 4 in the afternoon, then sped away without stopping. Now, the rider suffered serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators are looking for a gray Tacoma with black rims, a black roof rack, and passenger side damage. Anyone with information is being asked to contact regional police. An Ontario judge is expected to sentence a 15-year-old boy today after he pleaded guilty to the murder of an 83-year-old woman in Pickering last year. The teen admitted to repeatedly stabbing Eleanor Doney, a retired kindergarten teacher, in an unprovoked attack while she was working in her yard in May of 2025. Both the Crown and defense are recommending the maximum youth sentence of 6 years in custody, followed by 4 years of conditional supervision. The teen cannot be identified under the Youth Criminal Justice Act. Fresh round of attacks by both the U.S. and Iran after Washington reimposed a blockade in the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. Central Command says the military carried out another wave of strikes against Iran, striking dozens of targets over 7 hours. Missile alert warnings were out in Bahrain and Kuwait due to incoming Iranian fire, and Jordan has confirmed it shot down 3 incoming Iranian missiles. Iran claimed attacks on the 3 nations as a ceasefire in a war that started in February faces further strain. Hamilton is set to vote today on whether to become the first city in Canada to put a temporary pause on new AI data centers. Lawmakers across the country have been wrestling with concerns about the noise, energy, and water demands of artificial intelligence data centers. Supporters of Hamilton's proposal say it will ensure the city can establish proper guardrails around the new facilities, while critics argue the move could jeopardize investment in a city hit hard by steel tariffs. Burlington, Mississauga, and Vancouver are also expected to debate their own moratorium proposals this month. Well, as Brian mentioned, the heat wave continues across much of southern Ontario today, with temperatures expected to reach 32 degrees with a humidex of around 41. Environment Canada has a heat warning in effect, saying the hot, humid conditions will also bring poor air quality before temperatures ease slightly tomorrow. Residents are being urged to stay hydrated, keep cool in air-conditioned spaces, limit time in the sun, and never leave children or pets in parked vehicles. A reminder from Metrolinx that GO Train commuters could experience more delays and even cancellations due to the extreme heat in Hamilton, Halton, Niagara, and the rest of the GTHA. GO Transit's website is posting about a number of significant delays because of the heat and humidity. Metrolinx says that means trains will be running at slower speeds to ensure everyone's safety and track integrity is maintained.
It is a big day at Tim Hortons across Canada. This is Camp Day, when all of the money from every hot and iced coffee goes to Tim's Foundation camps for underserved kids. Emily Huang is on Hamilton Mountain at a Tim Hortons on Upper Ottawa, enjoying all of the festivities.
Good morning, Emily. So festivities are not quite started just yet, but as you can see, drive-through is extremely busy. This is 969 Upper Ottawa Street, just in front of the giant tiger here. And I don't know about you, but when I think about my childhood and going to camp, you know, it's an opportunity to develop skills like socialization, leadership, cooperation. So this is really a big deal. It's a fun deal. Last year, this location actually broke the Ontario record with $19,000, and this year they're set to break that record as well. This morning we are joined live by Rob Mitchell. He's a general manager at this location. Rob, thank you so much for joining us this morning. What is the goal for this year?
Well, like I said, last year we were #1 in Ontario, so we want to make as much money as we can for the kids. So this year we made it into a Camp Day festival. That's when we're going to have the vendors, and we're going for #1 in Canada this year. The more money we make, the more money the kids get. So we're having fun with it, and we want to make as much money as possible.
So festival, what are we expecting to see?
We're going to have vendors that are with us this year. We did something new. A lot of these vendors already donated for our raffle that's inside. And I spoke to them and said, how would you guys like to come out and do your booth? They said, okay, and a lot of them were like, we'll give you half our donations that we get, or some of them is 100%. So it's going to help boost that total and get the most money we can for the Children for Camp.
And before I let you go, tell me a little bit about the booth you have set up here. What are we expecting for the barbecue?
Yeah, this is our barbecue. Again, that's 100%. All the money we make from this goes to the children. As you see here, all our sponsors that sponsored us and gave us the stuff for free, so we can make 100% total profits go to the children. Last year it was over $1,000.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Rob. So the vendors will be here 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., the barbecue 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the hot and iced coffee proceeds are what's going to the Tim Hortons Camp Day. But if you're not much of a coffee drinker, tea is exempt, but they have Camp Day donuts, Camp Day bracelets. You can also make direct donations at participating locations, as well as Tim Hortons website. For now, Rick, I'll send things back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Emily. Sportsline, Major League Baseball's 96th All-Star Game included a record-breaking performance.
28 pitch. Up the middle, and the American League catches in. Alvarez in to score. Langoliers right behind him. 2-run single, Cody Bellinger.
Yankee slugger Cody Bellinger got the ball rolling for the American League with a 2-run single in the first inning, and teammate Ben Rice followed with an RBI single to give the AL an early 3-0 lead on the National League. What an all-star debut for Toronto's Dylan Cease. The Blue Jays pitcher was sensational on the mound in the first inning. Cease struck out Philadelphia's Kyle Schwarber with a slider. He fanned Mets outfielder Juan Soto with a 98-mile-per-hour heater, and fanned Washington's C.J. Abrams with a slider. Blue Jays second baseman Ernie Clement went 0 for 2 at the plate, but he made the defensive play of the game. Making his first ever start at an All-Star game, Clement scooped up a ground ball up the middle and threw out Andy Pages of the Dodgers. White Sox third baseman Miguel Vargas rounded out the scoring with a solo home run in the 8th inning, while Toronto's Louis Varland allowed 1 hit and had a strikeout in a scoreless 8th as the American League blanked the National League 4-0. The two teams combined for a record 27 strikeouts. Bellinger was named the MVP.
Mikel Oyarzabal strikes first for Spain.
Mikel Oyarzabal scored from the penalty spot in the 22nd minute, and Pedro Porro added another goal 36 minutes later as Spain knocked off France 2-0 to advance to its first World Cup final since winning it in 2010. Spanish teenager Lamine Yamal was denied a goal on a close offside call that came soon after Porro's tally in the 58th minute. The loss denied France a third straight trip to the World Cup final. Now, the second semifinal is on tap today at 3 p.m. when England meets defending champion Argentina in Atlanta. England has played in just one World Cup final when they won it in 1966. Miguel Geraldo hit a 3-run home run in the third inning as the Guelph Royals upended the Hamilton Cardinals 6-5. Hamilton took a 5-4 lead by scoring 3 times in the 7th inning before the Royals scored twice more in the bottom of the 8th. Hamilton's Brandon Nickel had 2 hits, an RBI, and 4 stolen bases as the Cards fell to 14-9. The Cardinals travel to Kitchener tomorrow night. Canadian Elite Basketball League action. Khalil Ahmad scored a team-high 24 points to power the Niagara River Lions to a 91-81 win over the Brampton Honey Badgers. The defending champion River Lions have won 3 straight games to boost their record to 8 wins and 10 losses. They're now tied for 3rd place in the East. Niagara will host Brampton tomorrow night at the Meridian Center. Kiki Iriafen scored 25 points and pulled down 14 rebounds as Washington stuffed the Toronto Tempo 79-62. The Mystics began the third quarter on an 11-3 run and outscored Toronto 53-30 in the second half. Julie Allemande led the Tempo with 15 of their season-low 62 points. Hamilton's Kia Nurse had 2 points and an assist in 8 minutes of floor time. All right, do you know an up-and-coming superstar making waves in Hamilton, Halton, and Niagara and the Golden Horseshoe? Well, we want to celebrate them.
We're searching for the next CHCH Rising Star Athlete of the Month. If they're 21 or younger from the Golden Horseshoe and demonstrate exceptional performance, determination, and character, you can nominate them today.
Submit a video, photos, and a description of their achievements at chch.com/risingstar. Then tune into CHCH News on the first Thursday of each month, starting next month, to find out who takes home the honor.
Hey, 6:13 already on this Wednesday morning, 15th of July. Traffic, first of all, quickly, because I got so much to talk about in the forecast. So traffic, 403 Waterdown Road, nothing to see there, doing fine. I'll just flip you through some MTO traffic cameras. We'll start in St. Catharines, QEW east of Lake, to Grays Road, to the Skyway Bridge, to the Ford plant, to the 427 Gardner QEW. Nope, no problems on the roads right now. But, okay. Let's talk about what we are expecting. What we have right now. Temperature right now has come down a couple of degrees. We were 24. We're now 22 with a humidex of 30 already here. Sky is partly cloudy. The winds are fairly light. We still have the special weather statement in effect for the heat warning in effect for southern Ontario, including the Horseshoe. Yeah, it's going to be another hot one with high relative humidity. Now, this shot was sent in from Diane from Thunder Bay yesterday. This is the smoke that they're experiencing in Thunder Bay. That's what they had yesterday, and that's going to affect us. So an air quality warning is in effect with the smoke that's going to start to push in to southern Ontario for the day today. We'll start to experience that later on, and that's going to affect our air quality. It's going to rise into the higher risk categories for the day today, so be very careful. We have a cold front It's going to go through. It's going to dip our temperature a little bit for the day today, but we're going to stay in the heat, so the heat warning continues. We could get a shower or a thunderstorm later on today, but today's temperature is still in the 30s, 32, 33 degrees, humidex values, low 40s, so yeah, another sticky day. And as I said, that air quality is going to start to suffer. Tonight will be warm. We'll hang on to the smoke. We'll have partly cloudy skies, temperatures anywhere from 19 to 20 for the Horseshoe. And then tomorrow, we come down by a degree, so 30 to 31 for the day tomorrow. Humidex values again in the mid-30s. We'll have the sunshine for the day tomorrow. So out the door, 15th of July already. It's partly cloudy, temperature right now 22. Long range, of course, coming up. Emily, Rick.
Thank you, Brian. Coming up after the break, the Bank of Canada is set to release its latest interest rate decision today amidst rising oil prices. In business news this morning, the Canadian dollar is up to 70.17 cents U.S. Gold is down $37 U.S. an ounce. Oil up 56 cents to $79.26 U.S. a barrel. In midday European trading, London, Frankfurt, and Paris are all down this hour. Tokyo posted a 1,000-point gain today, and the North American markets gained ground yesterday with the TSX up 67 points. The Bank of Canada is set to deliver its fifth interest rate decision of the year this morning. Economists widely expect the central bank will keep its policy rate at 2.25%. Inflation has jumped above 3% in recent months as higher oil prices from the war in Iran sent gasoline costs skyrocketing in the spring. Officials at the Bank of Canada will also publish new forecasts showing how the war and other forces shaping the economy are affecting its outlook for growth and inflation. Royal LePage is raising its national housing price forecast for the year as demand continues to outpace supply in some regions. The real estate company expects the aggregate price of a home in Canada to increase 2% in the fourth quarter compared with the same period last year to $823,000. Royal LePage President Phil Soper says he's optimistic the fall markets will remain on track. BMW has issued a recall for more than 29,000 vehicles. A notice from the U.S. National Highway Transportation Safety Administration says the cars pose a fire risk. The recall applies to 4 different BMW models between 2016 and 2020 and could include BMW vehicles in Canada. The affected models include the 530e xDrive and the iPerformance, the 740 LE xDrive, and the 330e iPerformance. BMW owners will be notified by mail with notification on the recall. The automaker says it will replace the car's engine starter at authorized dealers. Until repairs can be made, officials say owners should park their cars outside and away from structures. Meanwhile, Subaru is recalling more than 541,000 SUVs in the U.S. because of an incorrect weight rating label. The recall affects certain Crosstrek Hybrid, Forester, and Ascent models. Federal safety regulators say the inaccurate label could lead to vehicles being overloaded, increasing the risk of a crash. Subaru says it's not aware of any crashes or injuries linked to the issue. No repairs are needed, and owners will receive corrected labels by mail starting in late August.
We'll be taking a break right now, but Brian will be back with your traffic and your 7-day forecast right after this.
6:23 Wednesday. Let's get you onto the roads here. The QEW at 7th and St. Catharines is very light volume. Generally, that's the way it is. South of 2, which is North Shore Boulevard, started to get a little bit thicker here, but still moving okay at Dorval to Mississauga Road. I want to show you this shot. Look at the 403 at Eglinton. Look at the hazy conditions they have at the moment. There'll be smoke moving into southern Ontario, and that's what's going to happen as the day goes on. So checking the temperature that we have right now. We are 22 degrees for Hamilton, humidex of 30 already, 25 for Grimsby, 26 Mississauga, 27 into Toronto. So today, sun's up, so already, 5:53, 8:58 it goes down, 26 and 15 are our seasonal temperatures. The record for today is 33.5 back in 1983. We're forecasting a high of 32, so we will be close. I wanted to show you this map. This is our forecast map. You can see how we go from yellow to darker yellow to red to purple, and that's worsening air quality with the smoke moving in as the day progresses. So yeah, the air quality is going to deteriorate, and we have an air quality warning in effect for most of the horseshoe at the moment. So today, 32 feeling like 41. We'll have chance of a shower, chance of a thunderstorm for the afternoon. So 20 overnight tonight. Stays warm, but not quite as warm as it was earlier. Temperature has come down a bit now, but the smoke is going to stay with us for the afternoon today, tonight, into tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have a mainly sunny sky, so the sky will start to clear. 31, feeling like 34 for tomorrow. Then the heat breaks. 27 degrees. We'll have chance of showers on Friday and Saturday. 27 degrees both days. Not a lot of sunshine for Saturday. But Sunday looks to be beautiful. Comfortable 26. We'll have some sunshine. And then Monday and Tuesday, some showers, but 26. And then 22 degrees for Tuesday. I know, she's shivering already over there. Emily and Rick.
That's chilly.
Yeah.
22 after like feeling like 45?
I know, that's quite the difference.
Thanks.
So when cats groom each other, it might not always be a friendly way to bond.
It's true. A new study shows it can signal social tension in some instances. The authors say they analyzed videos of cats allo-grooming, as the action is called. They say ear positions and other body language suggest it sometimes annoys the groomee. They think it can be a subtle warning and point out it often happens on a cat's neck. The study also confirms other instances of allo-grooming might signify contentment and a bond.
I have a lot of experience with this. Two of my cats, Gus and Louie, on the couch together, they're licking each other like crazy, and then all of a sudden one of them will be like, well, wait a minute.
And then they fight.
Wait a minute now, stop licking me. And then they fight.
And then they fight.
And then like 20 minutes later, they're back on the couch licking each other.
Interesting.
Cats.
So licking to fighting, licking to fighting.
I know. It's quite the
Something
dynamic.
that could be said about that.
Stay with us, more to come after the break here on Morning Live. Yeah, they'd be like licking each other, and all of a sudden, like,